There's only one thing to do.
Drop it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be the first ever Black and White 2 competitive Wi-Fi battle on my channel, period ever, and to celebrate it I'm going to have a seizure-inducing rave party because I sped it up by 203% because this match is a bit long. This is a match, as you can see, is OU. It's against someone I don't know named Nick, and yeah, we're both going to lead with Politoed, and honestly, it's a little embarrassing because I thought he was going to lead with Volcarona because I thought my Ferrothorn lead was really obvious. But he's going to predict my Ferrothorn switch in expertly, and he's going to get off a Focus Blast, and judging from that damage, that is definitely choice specs. But looking at his team in the team preview, he does not want to see some Stealth Rocks, so I thought he would predict me to lead a Ferrothorn, which is fairly obvious, and lead a Volcarona, and, you know, just kind of screw me up like that, because lead Volcarona is actually quite strong, so instead he's just going to do that. He's going to almost take out my Ferrothorn, but it's going to be okay because Starfy is going to come out and pass a wish to Ferrothorn, and it's made even easier for me by the fact that instead of just going for repeated Thunders or whatever, he's going to start setting up himself with his own Ferrothorn, and I'm fine and dandy with that. This team doesn't mind Stealth Rocks. Most of the members resist Stealth Rock damage. And only, I think, 2 of them take grounded spikes damage, so it's pretty much the most elitist, snobbish, dickish OU team I have, and it's gotten me the most flat-out wins I've ever had, too. So I'm going to just kind of play around. I'm going to Thunder Wave his Vaporeon. It does not get healed immediately, which tells me that he just has the Water Absorb Vaporeon, which is kind of puzzling, because he has a rain team. But then again, I found this match on Cerebi Chat at the college while waiting for my sister to get out of class, so what can you ask for? So after Wish Healing his Jolteon, I'm just going to bring him back down with that super powerful Power Whip. It's the same base damage as Fire Blast, people, so it hits hard even with no attack investment, and it's just as accurate, but I seem to hit him all the time, so I'm going to get up more hazards. Volcarona's going to come out. I'm going to predict the Hurricane, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, but he just goes for the straight-out Fire Blast, and even in the rain with max HP, max special defense, that's going to almost kill me, coupled with the Shadow Ball damage I took earlier, so I guess this guy doesn't have Hurricane. Again, very puzzling, because this Volcarona is coupled with a Politoed on an OU team. I would think that a Hurricane would be the first thing he would go for. So, yeah, so I'm almost going to lose Jirachi in the process, and that's pretty bad. In fact, if I switch in again with Jirachi, it will probably be left on like 5 hit points or something, and yeah, Starmie's going to get the freeze with the Ice Beam. I was not a very happy camper, but he or she is going to fire off a bunch of Hydro Pumps. I'm not sure if they were predicting me to switch out into something else like Jirachi or something. But anyway, that Starmie's going to fire off 2 Hydro Pumps. Second one is going to miss. I'm going to Thaw out and Dragon Tail away the Starmie. I'm not sure if those were over predictions or if they were Mercy Hydro Pumps. I don't really know, but I thanked him for the Hydro Pumps later, because yeah, he could have just gone for repeated Ice Beams, and that would have been pretty bad, because Salahu, the Dragonite, is going to get some awesome damage in. So as you saw there, we're going to have kind of an awkward turn where we both miss our attacks, but because he used Toxic, I'm like, oh, you have Toxic. For some reason I thought this Vaporeon had Roar. In my gut, I was feeling the Roar. But it's got Wish, Scald, Toxic, and I don't know what else. Maybe Heal Bell or something. I don't know. It never goes for it. I don't think. Well, whatever. I'm going to Dragon Tail it out. Go into Ferrothorn, and yeah. If you guys have not been acquainted with my paralysis-themed Rainstorm team, this is the gist of it. Paralyze everything. Dragon Tail everything. Get entry hazard racked up on people. And then, if I'm lucky, sweep with Keldeo or Jirachi. But because Jirachi kind of got messed up early by that super strong Fire Blast, Calm Minding with Jirachi is probably not going to be an option for me, but still, I'm going to try to go strong and just Dragon Tail as much as I can, even though he is passing wishes. But I'm really glad I Dragon Tailed the Wish into Ferrothorn, because I did not want anything else to be healed, and this actually gives me kind of a window to get up my last layer of spikes, but unfortunately I am going to be fully paralyzed. Now, I was even though I know that he doesn't have hydration, I was gripping for the rest here, just because the way he's playing with Vaporeon, he's pretty much set it perfectly, but for some reason he's going to go for the Wish, so his fourth move slot is never going to be revealed, and he's just playing really awkwardly and weird with his Pokemon, and it's weird, but the Volcarona Sacrifice is going to allow him to Rapid Spin, and that is something that's kind of okay with me, because I want him to get Wish Healed. As funny as that sounds, I want him to get Wish Healed so I can set up my entry hazards on his Starmie again, because Starmie is the perfect thing for Ferrothorn to set up on, especially when Starmie is paralyzed. It's unfortunate I am paralyzed too, otherwise this would be a lot easier, because as you see, I'm just going to get fully paralyzed like 3 turns in a row or something. So the Hex runs both ways, but definitely that Toxic miss was pretty nasty. He had no way of knowing I had Substitute, I guess, but yeah, that kind of made up for the freeze. And for some reason I'm going to knock out that Starmie with 1 Power Whip. Yeah, I don't know what the calcs are for that. But anyway, he's going to go out and do Specs Politoed. I did not want to risk one of my other Pokemon getting Hydro Pumped in the face with Specs and Rain power. So I don't really have a choice. I was hoping he would overpredict and go for Hydro Pump, but Ferrothorn has more than done his job, so that's fine. He's going to switch out into his Life Orb Jolteon. I am going to cop the hit with my Substitute, and thanks to Gen 5 mechanics, he's going to go down with some Life Orb damage as I get to Substitute a second time. Now, Politoad's going to come out here, and I'm just going to Shadow Ball him, and he's going to get really unfortunate. He's going to miss his Hydro Pump, but I guess that's kind of the risky run with 80% attacks, and I'm going to disable that Hydro Pump. And now he is going to run, because he pretty much has no chance at winning. I think he only had 2 left at that, and that is going to be a pretty clean and brutal 5-0. So, yeah, this team is not made for making friends, as I like to say. I like playing with it, but the matches are always at least 40 turns because of the nature of the team. It's just really stally. At the same time, I've never come up with a more effective OU team. I think I'm just pretty bad at team building myself, but I think for my next OU team, recently I was trying to mess around with Hail, but I think I'm just going to give up on Hail. It's just way too hard to use. So I am going to try a super offensive, maybe Flaming Spade inspired Keldeo Black team with other douchey offensive mons. But yeah, that is going to be the end of my rant and the end of my video. And if you enjoyed it, leave a like, rating, and comment, and whatever. See you later, YouTube.